Well, it's the first week of February, and there's a cold wind blowing, as they say. We've had snow throughout the south of England. It seems to be thawing at the minute, but the wind's getting up and it is bitterly cold out there. We got stuffed in the Test series in the West Indies, losing the first two. That's a game over, as it were. The mighty West Ham held Liverpool the other night in the footy, and we've gone through another 31st of January filing deadline. Time for another one of my in practice blogs. As I say, here we are in the first week of February, another filing deadline come and passed, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say well done to every single one of you. Well done to all the accountants out there for putting in the extra effort to get so many returns filed in the last couple of months, basically, but significantly in the last month, especially when you consider that at the 1st of January, 48% of tax returns are outstanding. There's 48% of tax returns are outstanding at the 1st of January. HMRC aren't going to say it, so I'm going to say it. Thank you to each and every one of you for putting in that effort and for getting that done. But now we've got past that, we're through it, and our minds are turning inexorably from tax to VAT and to MTD for VAT. The little brother is big brother, MTD FB. We'll talk about that in another stage. But MTD for VAT, it's coming in from April. Obviously, a lot of people have got that resolved. If everything you're doing is in cloud and with major providers, there's not going to be a big issue for you really. But remember, you've got to get that agent services account sorted. So if you haven't done that yet, get on it now. But you're going to need that agent services account. But if you all the work you're doing is with the big providers and it's all in the cloud, you haven't got a big issue. However, for those clients of yours that are using spreadsheets, for those clients of yours that have got work that you have to do off books, as it were, you're going to need the bridging software and you're going to need to work out how to do it. Now, here's a heads up. This month we brought out our tax update e-magazine, but we've added to it a very special VAT supplement where we went to the top 5 providers and said, come on, tell us how you're dealing with this MTD for VAT. Running through them, we went through Thomson's Reuters, Absolute Accounts, BTC, TaxCalc and ClearBooks, and we asked them how you're dealing with it, and each of them have set out how they are handling MTD for VAT. If you're a member of the ICPA, look in your inbox, it's in there, it's part of the tax update. If you're not a member of the ICPA, it's freely available. If you want to get a copy, just email me, email Tony, Tony, at icpa.org.uk, and I'll make sure you get a copy. I'll repeat that for you. It's Tony, Tony, at icpa.org.uk. So if you want a copy of that, get in touch and it will give you a big heads up and help you make the decision on what you're going to do. But for goodness sake, please don't forget that agent services account. As I say, it is February out there and it is bitterly cold. We've had parts of the country covered in snow. We've all been working flat out. Well, virtually every single one of us has been working flat out throughout January, trying to get those final returns and accounts prepared and lodged on time with HMRC. And my thoughts are turning to the fact that accountants are no different to anybody else. This is the time of year when people get ill. And the purpose for what I'm saying here is, obviously, if you're not feeling very well, I wish you better. But remember, if you are unwell, and if you have staff and if you've got partners, it's not a problem. But if you are unwell and there's only you in running your business, there's nothing wrong in that. But if you're not feeling very well and you're not able to work and things get progressively worse, you're going to need a continuity partner. For heaven's sake, this is very, very important. If you're on your own, you need to have that backup, knowing that if something happens to you, your clients are not going to suffer, that you've got a continuity partner who will step in and help smooth the transition whilst you're unwell until you get better. There's nothing worse than if you're not feeling very well, you're having a period of hospitalization, and you've got messages piling up from irate clients, etc., etc. A continuity partner is there to help when, in your circumstances, you're just unable to practice run your business efficiently. So if you haven't got one sorted, and every major institute make it mandatory to have one, if you haven't got one, please talk to your chums, talk to your colleagues, see if you can arrange a deal for a continuity partner. It is very important, as I say, all the major institutes insist on it. So if once you've got a continuity partner and you've got an agreement in place, for heaven's sake, make sure that everybody knows who your continuity partner is and where the contract is, etc., etc., in the sad circumstances that you fall very ill and are unable to work. Just a reminder that on the 21st of February, yes, that's the 21st, not far from now, I'm holding the very first of 2019's Tony Talks webinars. It's a free webinar. This webinar, I'm meeting with Elaine Clark of Cheap Accounting, the Queen of the Tweets, and also Adam Goodall, co-founder and product chief of Coconut, the new bank account for the self-employed, small limited companies and businesses, which incorporates accounting within the banking process. I think it's going to be a very interesting webinar. I'll be talking to Elaine and asking her what it is that she sees, how it is she sees Coconut can help within her practices, within her franchisees, and talking to Adam about how it's working, the work behind it, and what Coconut can do for accountants, and how they're making the information within their bank and within the client's bank available to accountants. So it's going to be a really good webinar. It's completely free. It's on the 21st of February. Go to the old website, icpa.org.uk, icpa.org.uk. You'll find information about joining the webinar. And hopefully throughout the year, we'll be holding regular Tony Talks webinars each month. So 21st of February, get booked in on that one. It's going to be really good.